Oh, so close.
So close. Where the heck is it? Let's see if this works.
This is fun.
Fingers crossed. No. All right. What? Why is it only playing? Okay. You know what? I'm sorry, guys. Okay, guys. So.
Oh my gosh, that was just too funny.
That was just hilarity. Apparently, it got stuck in looping just the intro countdown, not the rest of the intro. So, yeah, a little fun there. And so, with that levity, let's welcome everyone to the energy that surrounds us. Michael, who apparently doesn't know how to run a PowerPoint presentation in StreamYard. As always, joined by my co-host, Carla.
Hey.
So tonight we have a special guest with us. We met her in Jefferson at the History, Haunts, and Legends last year. And we were hanging out. We had so much fun. We asked her if she'd like to be on our show, and she said yes. So without further ado, I give you Carina Hull.
Yay!
Hi, guys. I had so much fun with you guys. I couldn't wait to hang out with you guys again. So,
thank you.
It
was a lot of fun. That was a good night.
It was. Karaoke's always fun.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes, it is.
Right on. So what you been up to?
Well, working a lot. And then last weekend, Saints and Sinners had a private investigation for a business that we can't disclose where it was, but it was built in the 1930s, and they've had lots of activity, and we got lots of activity. So we're still going through our footage because we literally did it Saturday.
Wow.
And our historians have been researching some of the things we came up with, and it's like pretty on point, which is crazy. We came up with names, and they were able to find them in Ancestry, and they're kind of linking it and then getting it to the business owner. So that's kind of what we're working on in the background. So I'm super excited about it. It was really good.
Exciting.
Yeah. That's the fun part. That's the stuff I love to do. Like the private investigations are my bread and butter, my heart. And it was really good. It was our first investigation of the year. And of course we hadn't seen each other throughout the holidays. So it was a good one. It was really good.
That sounds
What a way to start.
Yeah.
So if that's how you're starting, I wonder how the rest of the year is going to go.
We've got some big stuff coming. We've got a farmhouse in Eden coming.
Wait, there's an Eden, Texas?
There's an Eden, Texas.
Is there anything Texas doesn't have?
Probably not.
Pretty good size.
We're everywhere. We do it all here in Texas. Everything's bigger. So yeah, we're gonna do an old farmhouse. We have old farmhouse, and then we're working on possibly. I've got a phone call in to make to Yorktown, and so we're hoping to get to Yorktown or the Black Swan at the end of the year, hopefully. Oops. So we're working on some stuff in the background.
Right on.
Yeah, if you're gonna do Yorktown, I would suggest sooner than later because I'm not so sure how that one wall in the basement
Oh,
is
really?
gonna hold.
It's
'Cause
about ready to go.
it's really you can see the U shape in the wall.
It's
That's
Oh,
how
wow.
bowed it
out.
is.
Oh, that'll be a sad day.
It'd be a
Super
very
excited.
sad day if people were in it when it happened.
That's true. That's true.
Oh,
Yeah,
that would be a horrific day.
Yeah. You'd have a whole new set of spirits in there.
this is true. It might just make them ramp up for sure.
That and nobody would ever get to talk to him either because they'd probably shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably would.
Yep.
So let's see what's going on in our chat room real quick. Hey, Kel is
Yep.
in the house.
Hey, Kel.
Hi, Kel.
And Guy Haynes says evening.
Hello.
Terry Merca says
That
hello.
is one of my team members. She's one of the ones that does the
Yay.
dowsing rods. Hi, Terry.
Nice.
Nice. Hi, Cal. So she hosts Paranormal Versus every other
Oh,
Thursday, and I'm her co-host. She's in the UK, so we compare UK to US.
Very cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Look at me shamelessly plugging another show.
Why not? It's
That's what we
always
do.
good.
We support each other.
Yeah.
Share the love.
So you guys are going back to HHL, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I will be there again.
We can't wait. We'll be in the back of the room, all in a line.
Good. Because my team can't be there this time,
We'll be
so
rooting you
I need some rooting on that.
Yep.
They can't be there, but they're like, we'll be there in spirit, but I'll be there, and it's the first time for me to go by myself. There's Miss Tammy.
Hi,
Tammy and I go way back. Miss Tammy Love.
Tammy might be coming too.
Yes, I bet she will be there. So
We'll play your team.
there you go. We could do that. We'll just do that. And then I'll bring you some peanut butter whiskey for afterwards.
Sold.
Yeah.
I would have done it for just the experience, but
just the experience. Okay, that's fine. I have to tell you, we have the best SLS out there, and my husband, the biggest skeptic, and he invented this thing, and we've got some ideas on how we're going to use it. But he put it on a tripod, and it goes 360 around with a remote, and so you can just that those SLSs are like super heavy.
Yeah.
And so he was like, how can we do this and it not be so heavy? And I'm telling you, he's the biggest skeptic. He will tell you, I haven't seen anything yet. But he loves the SLS. And so he's got it where we can go 360. And if we put it somewhere and we put it in front of one of our cameras, we can actually move it from our command central. So we can actually see if there's anything. So we're working on something with that at our probably when we go in April to the farmhouse. We're going to try to use it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not touching that. My luck, we go to hook it up and break it, and your husband's going to kill us.
Oh, no. He looks mean, but he really isn't. He's like a teddy bear. Like, everybody always, like, if you've ever met my husband, he looks like he's constipated all the time because he's all military, but he really is like the funniest guy ever.
Oh my God.
I'm just laughing at the fact that I don't know how many people are going to be watching this, and everyone's going to be hearing that comment and going up and meeting them go, you don't look that constipated to us. And he'll be like, what did you say?
He's going to kill me.
He will now.
Yeah.
He's a lineman and he's old school and yeah, he's old military. So yeah, he's got this like he is RBF really bad, and so that's what I tell him all the time. I'm like, people think you're mean, but he's the funniest guy ever, and he wears no sleeves. Like the team literally got him a shirt for Saints and Sinners that has no sleeves because he didn't want to wear our shirts because they had sleeves in it. Just letting you. That's my.
I'm thinking
That's
I
my
need to get
husband.
more picky. Apparently, Carla, I'm like too easy. I'm like, if it
No.
fits, I'll wear it. Apparently, I don't have standards.
He just needs to be comfortable. He needs to not be closed in. He says, I don't know.
That's
He's
funny.
going to kill me. He's so going to kill me right now.
Yeah.
We've been married 27 years, so it's fine. He knows.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So, Magnolia Lee says, "Hey, sister."
Hello. Oh, that's my sister. That's the co-founder.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
That is Tracy, my sister.
I like how she gets all giddy that her sister.
I
in
know
the
my
chat group.
sisters. Like I have 6 sisters and 1 brother. But you get all those sisters together and you never know what's gonna happen.
So just since you formed this with your one sister, how many are actually into the paranormal?
Well, most all of us are now. I can tell you that a couple of them were pretty skeptical, but we've had some life events happen over the last couple of years, and I have a few that are coming around. I have 2 on my team, so my sister Tracy and then my sister Dixie, who we call Sasquatch because she's 6'1", and she fits in Jefferson just fine. She'll tell you. And
Who comes up with these nicknames for you guys?
She comes up with it. Like she's always been called Sasquatch because she wears a size 11. A size 11. Oh, there's James. He's another one of my team members. There you go. He's one of my historians. I do. Today.
So
yeah.
Very cool.
We're gonna let you shamelessly plug your team right now.
Yep.
Since they're in the chat room.
Shamelessly. Well, I have to say that I have the best team out there. I'm just gonna say I have to. But honestly, not only are we team members, but we're kind of family. When one of us is down, the other one is there to help pick them up. And when we're going through life events, and I will have to say, in the last 2 years, my family has gone through it. We've lost 2 family members in the last 2 years. And I turned around this last time and saw flowers from my team, and I lost it. I was like, that's my other family. So honestly, that is what we are. There's David. David is like, okay, that's David Renfro. He is a history buff. If you want to know something about history, he is your guy. Okay. He knows genealogy. He can find it. He's our guy who's been researching for this last investigation, him and James both. And I will tell you, if it's out there to be found, they will find it. And that's what I love, because they will go research before we go. And I have several of us are spiritually gifted and we like to be tested. I like to be tested. Like, I want to know that I'm not crazy, that I'm not just making it up in my head. And so they'll have it, but they won't share it with us. And so they can confirm the things that we're picking up on or not confirm it, or we find it out later when they go and find it for us. So that's one thing that I love that we do. That's Dixie, that's Sasquatch. You can see her picture there. That's my sister. That's kind of what I like, because we are all about growing our spiritual gifts, working together. Our motto is bringing light into the darkness. And so what we really do is love those private investigations where people need help, and we are there to help them, teach them what maybe they're doing. Maybe maybe they opened a door and how we can teach them how to close that door or help them to close it or get them in touch with the people that maybe they need to.
Yeah.
And so that's our like passion. Like the big things they're fun and all, but really the private investigations in the home is where we really find our passions.
Yeah.
No,
That's
cool.
amazing.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like I need to challenge David to have the title of historian buff.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. That would be like the best challenge ever. Like,
I mean, I do have a history degree, bachelor's.
Well, there you go. I mean, I think you guys could probably work together really well. He's pretty good. He's also a huge Beatles buff. He has all the collectibles. Like, he knows his history on the Beatles too. So,
Wow.
I would never have guessed that about him.
Not with his profile at all. Dueling historian, yes. Terry is David's fiance, and he actually proposed when we were at HHL this last time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did. It was not he was so good. He usually is good at talking, and he didn't tell any of us. And so like I felt like something big was going to happen while we were there. Well, one, I met you guys. And two, all of a sudden he was like, okay, I'm going to talk about this stuff. And he's good at giving speeches and he's good at like rallying us up. So I was like, he's going to give a speech about this weekend. And all of a sudden he pulled out a ring and I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening. I literally was like, it's happening. It's finally happening.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was pretty awesome.
Excellent.
So we're excited. And one of our team members, Tammy, is going to marry them. So she's a ordained minister. So they asked her to marry them. So it's going to be cool. We don't have a date yet. Everybody keeps asking them. They said it took 5 years to get here. So it's okay.
Oh, no, I was going to say, if you need a backup, I'm an ordained minister.
There we go. I love it. I love it.
See, we could totally sub your team.
I like it. Yes.
We're family oriented. I'm sure we can come up with someone to be as tall as a Sasquatch.
Are you sure? I mean, so Dixie is the baby, okay? I'm 5'8". She's 6'1", so I'm always like, this is my baby sister.
No, wow.
And so, I love it. It's awesome. It's awesome. So, yeah, that's how I'm with my son now. Like, my son's 26, and he's, like, a head taller than me, too, so.
Wow. Excellent. So how did you get started? How did you get started in all this?
Well, I will tell you, I met Greg from RIP at work. We worked at the same hospital, and I started talking to him and was interested in this, and I knew I had a gift, and I wasn't real sure of my gift yet. In fact, I've been in the closet with my gift for a long time. I'll be honest with you, because I'm out of the closet now, just letting you know. But for a long time, I wouldn't even tell people. I'm not a medium. I feel things. I don't really know what it is. And so I talked to Greg. And so when I went on his team, he really tested me and pushed me. And I loved getting to know the different equipment and using the equipment and working as a team and working with private individuals. And then about a year ago, almost a year and a half ago, I decided I felt about a year before I did it that I needed to start my own team, but I wasn't quite sure and then I finally said, Spirit said, you have to do this.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I'm doing it. Sat down, talked with Greg, let him know, hey, I appreciate everything you've done for me, but I really am feeling really drawn to do this. And so I did. And my sister and I sat down and talked, and we came up with the name Saints and Sinners, and then my people came with me, and I love them, and it was just every bit of the timing was just right. It was just right.
Meant to be.
It was definitely meant to be.
Right on.
You have 2 teams though, don't you?
With my sister, we call ourselves the Southern Spirit Sisters, so we kind of work together spiritually, but the paranormal team is the Saints and Sinners.
Oh, okay.
Got it. Right on.
They're both triple S. That's how we came up with it. Saints and Sinners Spiritual Investigation, and then Southern Spirit Sisters, because we're a little sassy.
Hey, you can make that your 4th S.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, excellent.
Or you could go spiritually sassy sisters, and you got your triple S again.
Yes, we thought about that for the name for the team, but I didn't think the guys would go for that one.
Why not?
I just don't know.
Get it. I get that.
I just don't know if David and James and my
it just doesn't
husband
have
would
a
go
masculine ring to
for
it.
it. No,
I was like,
no.
guys can be sassy.
Well, they can, but
Yes, they can.
no, they can be. My son's definitely sassy. So. But yeah, no, I didn't think the guys would go for it, and we all are a little bit of a saint and a little bit of sinner, so it just fit.
That
Just
fit. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have the balance.
Yep.
Yeah, me and Tracy always call each other the yin and yang, and so we had to have balance in it.
Yep.
Ooh, so zen.
Good choice.
So I'm in my zen den, so you know.
So what has been your favorite paranormal experience?
Oh,
So
that's
far?
a good one. Oh, there are so many. Well, I absolutely love Myrtle's Plantation. It's like one of my absolute favorite places to go. And I will tell you, there was a time me and Tracy sing. And so we went on the porch. We stayed in one of the cabins there on the property.
Mhm.
And we went and we put equipment, some of our towers out. And then we stood on the porch and sang an old spiritual song. And you could feel the energy. And then you could, like, it was coming towards you. And the towers lit up like they were walking towards you. And I have to say, that was probably one of the coolest experiences I had. I mean, Myrtle's Plantation is beautiful. The land itself just has so much history. But that was probably one of my favorite things.
Wow.
So, fun fact, Carla and I are investigating Myrtle's Plantation in a couple of weeks. So,
Can I go
advice?
into your suitcase first?
Sure.
It's one of my favorite things. I'll have to say, go to the side porch. It's like you'll see the front porch, and it's off to the left.
Right.
And we got a lot of activity there and at the gazebo. Those are two of the big places. And then it has a sign on it that says it's a 125-year-old tree.
Is that the hanging tree?
Well, it doesn't say it's the hanging tree, but I will tell you on Spirit Box, it said it was the hanging tree. So
okay.
I would suggest taking a Spirit Box out there.
Okay.
All right.
We got more stuff outside than we did inside. I'll tell you right now.
Perfect.
What room are you staying in?
We have no idea.
You have no idea.
Staying
Okay.
in the house.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the house, but we don't know where yet.
Okay. Well, the house is beautiful. But I will tell you, we definitely got more outside than we did inside, although we got stuff on the inside, but way more outside.
Excellent. Well, we're excited. We can't wait.
Yeah. We were actually there. I was actually there the day before their restaurant burnt down.
Oh,
And
really?
their old restaurant burnt down, and we were there the weekend before. And I actually kept saying, was there a fire here? Was there a fire here? And they kept saying there was no fire here. Well, we left the next day. It burnt. So
Wow.
it was just spirit. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, which one of you did the cooking?
That I was when the fire alarm goes off, it's done, right?
Yeah. It's like the
That's
check
definitely
engine
one way to
light.
do it.
It's like the check engine light.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
what my husband says. When the alarm goes off, that does not mean it's done. I was like, yeah, it does. It means it's fine. It's fine.
It's time to move.
That or put 911 on speed dial.
That's it.
I live out in the country, so I'll just hose it down. It's fine.
Get the pets.
Yeah.
Looks like pizza tonight, kids.
Yeah. We're just too far. Nothing delivers out here, so.
Oh.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
We just
that's
started
you
getting
learn.
delivery where we're at. Same thing. We're out in the country, and it's just getting a gas station was like a huge feat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're about 10 minutes away from the closest town. We live about on 2 acres, so it's not too bad, and it's about 30 minutes to work every day, so it's not horrible. You just learn how to get it on the way home before you get here.
Yeah.
So.
So working in the hospital, what type of, you say RN, so which type of nursing is that?
So I am an emergency nurse. Actually, right now I'm an emergency nurse educator, and I'm a nursing professional development generalist, which means I teach our new nurses, but my background is the emergency department.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So
I love ER.
Basically, you're the one to have around on investigations.
Yes, I've had to go into nurse mode on investigations before, so it's like, yeah, it is.
Any funny stories with that?
Is definitely something that comes in handy, but I try to tell people, it's my day off. This is what I do for fun, not what I do for a job.
Yeah. Putting in some overtime.
Yeah. Everybody's always like, how much money do you make ghost hunting? I'm like, I don't make anything. I pay a lot of money for my equipment that I don't pay for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we're telling you, in all honesty, there is no money in paranormal investigating.
No.
No. You got to love it to do it.
Truly a hobby.
Yes. Definitely, like the camera equipment and everything. Like the great part is, I will tell you, my team, like each of us will like buy this and that. Like I bought an SLS, and someone bought the TV for our camera system, and James loves his equipment, and he has all the gadgets, and he is the one that will tell you all the different things about it. So that's why I made him the tech manager, because he's like, he gets all the different equipment and motion detectors, and he can tell you the ins and outs of it. So we all bring a little bit with us, and then we also have it when we're at home if we go on something without the team. So but we bring it all together and we go, dang, we have a lot of equipment for a new team.
Right.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to have a team that everybody just complements each other with what they bring to the table.
Absolutely. It makes it fun to be together, and we all have a different bit of our gift. Like we have empaths, and we have mediums, and we have some learning their gifts, and so we all kind of complement each other, and it's not a competition. Like we literally, okay, what do you guys think we should do here? How are you feeling? Like we didn't investigate till like 2 a.m. the other night because we're like, we got what we needed. Like we're good. Like I don't think we need to go to 2 a.m., which is great because my oldest team member's in his 60s. Like you wouldn't know it, but we're like, no, we don't need to like stay up till 2 a.m. if we don't have to. Like some of them you have to, but if you get what you get, and sometimes spirits are like, I'm done. I'm ready to go. And like we hit that point where they weren't talking anymore, and we were actually the only team that's ever done this place, which is really cool. And so they stopped talking. I was like, they're done. They're done. We all age well. There you go, David. I wasn't saying who it was. I have a couple of team members that are up there. Like we're all ages. We go from like 22 to 60 plus. Like my daughter is the youngest team member, but she only comes when she can because she's about to graduate college, so she's off
doing her own thing, living life,
doing her own thing. Yep. Yeah, she wants to be a social worker, you know.
More power to her.
Yeah, I know. She's out in East Texas, so she gets to go to Jefferson quite a bit. She's at SFA.
Oh, I know SFA.
Mm-hmm.
I had a sister go there.
Yeah, she graduates in May.
I'm guessing her name is Katie.
She is. That's my Katie Red. She's got red hair with attitude to match. I have no idea where she got her attitude.
Really?
I would say that or the red hair.
My hairdresser does a great job, but she actually got a red hair for her dad. Her dad's beard's red. I was blonde when I was younger, and it just kind of darkened over time, and I wanted to be more like her, she says, with my red hair. Family traits. There you go.
Yeah.
No, you gotta have a good stylist. I do.
Oh yeah. My husband says he has a good one too. He shaves all his off. He's like, you just do your hair like mine. And I'm like, I don't think that I would look good without hair. And my stylist canceled on me last week, and I get it done on Thursday, and I'm like, it's time to refresh. Yeah. So next week I'll be even more red. It'll be a little bit brighter. So
yeah, no, you got to keep your stylist if you can find them, because
yes,
we moved to a different city over here and had to go get my hair cut, and I have naturally thick hair, and the lady took the clippers up the back of my hair without thinning it, and so they had to get scissors to cut it out, and I was like,
oh no.
Ever coming here again. And so then we found somebody in a nail salon, and I was like, nail salon for a haircut? Why not? And I told him, I said, so, how are you going to do this? He goes, well, first I got to thin your hair out because it's so thick. I was like, you're it. We're keeping you.
Yeah.
He recognized that, right? Yeah. A lot of people are like, with guys, they don't realize how thick their hair is sometimes. Like, my son's is like super thick. He gets mine from me, and my daughter's is thinner, but my son's is super thick. So he has to find someone who will thin it before they cut it, because it will do that.
Yeah. Wow.
So do you ever use your gifts on your family?
You know what? That's the hard part. Yes and no. And I will tell you, sometimes it's a double-edged sword, because especially when they're spiritually gifted too, but they're not listening to their guides. Dixie. Okay, I'm calling her out. Or
not
Tracy.
Many names.
Yeah, since they're going to out themselves, you might as well.
So sometimes
they don't tonight.
They'll tell me too, though. They'll be like, you're not listening. They're like trying to talk to you, but you're not listening. Yes, but she does have a difficult guide. I will tell you about her guide here in just a second. But
it might help if you spell guide right, Dixie. I'm just saying they might like you better.
Jesus, Michael.
Called him a gid.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
Hey, I can jump in too.
So yeah, that's my niece, Gracie. That's Dixie's daughter. So But we will call each other out. We'll be like, hey, you're not listening. They said you need to do this, this, and this. And they'll be like, I know. And you're like, but the hard part is I feel like I don't connect with family members that have passed easily. Like I can get with my sister's guides and stuff because I'm too emotionally attached. Like I have a really hard time with connecting with my family members past, because like my dad's passed. I have a brother-in-law that's passed, and I recently lost a nephew. So like it's hard when you're emotional to connect. And I'm always like, those are the people I want to talk to. I can talk to everybody else's, but I can't talk to my own. And my guides are like, you're not emotionally ready for it yet. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
So, but I will tell you, we do call each other out. Yes, we do use it on each other. That we don't necessarily always like that. But let me tell you about Dixie's guide. Okay, I told you she's Sasquatch, right? Well, her guide's like really much taller than she is, Native American. And one time she was getting a reading from someone, and they were like, my mom was getting a reading from someone, and my sister was standing next to her, and she goes, hold on a second. I have to ask her permission before I can talk to either of you. And Dixie came to HHL with me one time, and we were selling some stuff, and some lady came by and was kind of rude. And I was like, well, this is kind of rude. And literally something flew off at the lady from my table, like a little thing. And I looked at my sister and I said, did your guy just do that? It was her guide. Like she doesn't put up with Jack.
Wow. Oh my god.
She's like something else. Like, I don't know. And then my guides lately they've been very protective, and I think it's because of everything. But I have like 5 that come and go as they need, but I've really had like a very protective one lately. So we'll see.
I have that. I can attest to that.
Yeah. Except
yours are probably nicer. Mine, if I don't listen, I get a cosmic 2x8 or 2x12 to the back of the head.
That might be why I'm having headaches a lot lately. Who knows? I wake up with this headache right here, and I'm like, well, this weekend I had one, but it was from our investigation. That was from our investigation. So, but I don't know. It's very interesting.
So, what technique do you use to connect with your guides?
I try to meditate, and really mine is like, I think it's not like people say they hear their guides, but mine's more like a thought that goes through my head. And if I'm seeing something, it's like I'm seeing a memory that they're projecting in my head. Rarely I have visions, like physical visions. I typically don't audit. I think my guides know if I hear something, it might freak me out at first, unless I need to hear it. And sometimes they will. They'll be like, hello, you're not listening. Or they'll throw something at me. Usually when we're about to have a crazy investigation, or they're trying to warn me about something, I'll have something fly across the room, and I'll be like, this is my house. We don't have that. That doesn't happen here. If you are not, my guides are like, it was me. It wasn't anything else. So, and then I go, okay, what do you need to tell me?
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, it's more like a thought. And I will tell you, I didn't have this since childhood. My dad passed away when I was in my 20s, and it was like a crack opened, and the floodgates came in, and I was like, what's happening? What's happening? I didn't really understand it. So I had to like seek out people who could tell me what was going on, because I had no idea. And I grew up in the Bible Belt. And so you're like, this can't happen. We're not supposed to do this. What? And like, I had a whole like spiritual awakening, and had to do a lot of soul searching and talking to God and say, okay, God, what do you want me to do here? And finally was like, okay, I'm going to do what you asked me to do. And here we go.
Wow.
So,
that's amazing. Jeez.
Yeah. I lost a few friends over it. Hence why I was in the closet for a long time, because I grew up in the church. I was pretty big in the church for a while. And I had lots of people telling me that I was going to go to hell.
Yeah.
Because I was doing what I was doing. And I'm like, but seriously, I've read it in the Bible. Like, I'm praying about it. This is a conversation I've had with God. And I finally had to say, this is between me and God, and your relationship with God is not my relationship with God. And I had to be okay with it. And then this last year, he was like, okay, you can't be in the closet anymore with us. We got to start talking about it a little bit more. And so I talked to HHL this last time, and I'm talking this time. So it's like, okay, I'm out there. It's still weird for me, but I'm out there.
Wow.
It is. I
Good
can
for
attest to
you.
that. It is hard to come out.
Yeah.
I still slightly 1 foot in because, yeah, it's hard when people, like you're saying, react the way they do to, fully be okay with announcing, yes, this is me. This is all I can do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Dixie, I will own that Paralinks United Network Paralinks 1 comment is me. I do apologize. I did not mean to offend.
She's very difficult to offend, I
So
promise.
I apologize if I overstepped the joke.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I agree with Tammy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard, especially, and then in my work life and my spiritual life, have always been kind of separate, and I'm like, now I'm like, people at work now know I'm paranormal investigator and this, and then they go look, and then they're like, what's a spiritual medium? And so then I start talking to them about that, and they're like, do you do that at work? And I'm like, really? I'm shut off at work because that's too much. I work in a hospital.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So every now and then my intuition kicks in when I'm working with a patient, but
Wow.
you never know.
Yeah. I avoid hospitals, not for the spiritual side, but because one of my senses is like smell. And I will go into hospitals and it's like everything smells so sterile. I'm like, there's no life in there. I can see people moving around, like nurses doing their things, but I'm like, when I smell the air, I'm like, there is no life here.
At least you're smelling the sterile, okay? Because in my line of work, it doesn't always smell sterile. It doesn't always smell the nicest either.
Right.
Well, I'm not going into people's rooms.
Yeah.
But you're talking like emergency when they get wheeled in and every type of shape and form, and
it's not always the nicest smell, but
yeah, smell of blood is okay, but some of the other smells, no.
Yeah, but I love what I do. Both sides of my life, I love both things. My mom was a nurse, my dad was a nurse. I always said I wasn't going to be a nurse, and then I decided, maybe I do want to be a nurse, and been doing that for a little while now, and now I get to teach new nurses, so I love that.
That's great.
I'm starting to notice a trend for you, Carina. Whatever you say you're not going to do, you do. You're not going to be a nurse. You're a nurse.
I know.
You're not going to come out of the closet. You're coming out of the closet.
I know. I know. I try to tell God that I'm not going to do some things, and He said, "Oh yes, you are."
Yeah, He goes, "We'll see about that."
He's like, "Hold on, watch this." That's what we do.
See, one of my guides is really funny. When I say I'm not going to do something, then they turn around and go, okay. And then they ramp it up to like 10 times of what it should have been. And they're like, now, don't you wish you had said yes from the get-go? And I'm like,
yeah.
Yes, I do.
But do you remember that for the next time?
No, I'll be honest. I'm a little stubborn.
I don't know anything about that.
Being German, Irish, Scottish.
Well, my mother was adopted, and I don't know a whole lot about my biological father side. So I did just do 23andMe, so I'm learning a little bit. So I do have a little bit German in there. But I'm learning about my ancestry. Had no idea before. So everybody would ask me, and I'm like, I don't know.
I know. I'm doing the ancestry one, and we did the DNA testing through it, and found out total Catholic family, Lutheran. And apparently we got Jewish blood. We have no idea where it comes from, and we can't find it in any of our ancestors.
That's crazy.
But we have a huge chunk of it.
That's pretty
Somebody
cool.
did something.
I know. Like, who did what? But the thing I love about the Irish as ancestry is, so I was at a performing arts center, and this Irish group was coming to perform. And I happened to meet the person who's their coordinator and everything. And I was just talking to him. I was like, I love the Irish. I love the dancing, the music, and everything. He goes, yeah. And I said, I have one relative on my mom's side that's Irish. He goes, we'll take you.
Yeah.
I'm like, great.
I like it.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm learning. I have no idea. Like, I literally just got the results back about too long ago. So I'm like still diving in.
Oh, yeah. I will warn you, it is a rabbit hole hunt.
Yeah.
You'll start going, and then you'll find new, and then new, and then new, and then you'll hit a stopping point. You'll check in a couple of days, and now there's new.
I think it's fascinating. Yes. I did both the 23andMe and I've got the Ancestry all going on, and it's amazing. But you do get to the point where when they offer up, here's some relatives that you share DNA with, and it's a higher percentage than most. And so a lot of times they offer up, if the other people have done it, a way to connect. And it's just sometimes it's hard to make that step to connect because it's like, you don't know what you're going to get into. But
I did the 23andMe, and my ancestry box just came in today. So I think I'm going to send that off, and we'll have to see what it says.
Oh, it'll be exciting.
You'll probably find some huge anomaly like I did. Not even the European Jewish thing. I found out one of my ancestors found the Russian Empire. I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
It has this huge story. And I asked my Russian friends about it, and they were like, yeah, that's a true story, actually. On how he founded the Kievan Rus Empire. I was like, what?
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, you never know what you're going to learn. I was like, I didn't know I had any Ukrainian, Russian blood in me.
The most shocking thing that I learned was on my grandmother's side back in the 1600s. I found that one of my relatives was part of the Salem witch trials.
Oh.
And I was just like, are you kidding me? And so it had all the pictures, all the court filings, all the articles and stuff. And it was just like, this is amazing.
Oh, that is so cool.
And you know what's funny is, where my mind went when she told me that? We got to take Carla to Salem. She's going to be the best trigger object.
Oh my gosh.
Road trip.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
It's like, you can't get a better trigger object than a descendant.
That's right.
There you go. I know. I'm kind of excited if we do go to Yorktown. I have an old time nursing uniform because that's what we graduated in when I graduated. I have my cap and everything. So I want to dress up in my uniform and see if I can't trigger something to happen.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
Pretty cool.
I gotta wonder though, would the nurse's outfit or a nun's outfit be more of a trigger?
Oh, for there it might be a nun's outfit. We may have to, I could probably get Terry to dress up in a nun outfit. She would like that.
Yeah. Something different.
Something different. Something different.
You're just in time, Christine. We're back into the paranormal side.
Yeah.
No, actually,
go
go ahead.
No, I was like, it's always fun to find something, a trigger item that for that era, like either to dress up or we went to an asylum once and I brought some leather restraints. I work in a hospital. I had them. I don't just have those laying around.
I was gonna say, I bet you Michael was just biting at the tongue, just waiting to wonder where you got those restraints.
I was just leaving it alone, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna defend the leather straps."
Well, I thought about it after I said it, so but
next time lead with lead with where you found the restraints. Then
she did announce she was a nurse.
I know.
Then also like getting a bear, or like we had. So we went where some kids were, and we played marbles. We didn't really have marbles, but all us women have crystals that we usually carry with us. And so we used those as like the marbles. And so we got down on the floor and played, and we actually could pick it up with the SLS with them playing with the different, trying to play with it. So using those different things to trigger are always fun. But finding that one thing, because there's always that one thing they like during an investigation, that one piece of equipment is always fun.
Carla, I just got an idea for the next time we're in the doll room.
Of Jefferson
or
PX?
At the PX. The cat balls as marbles.
Oh, that would be good.
Because they glow, and so they probably want to play more.
Yeah.
Christine, I cannot answer this question. I'll have to leave that up to Carina.
May you have a reading. So the way that I work is usually if spirit comes in. So if they give me something, I'll put it out there and see if it comes through. Currently, I'm not getting much, but I might put it out there. You're more than welcome to message me, and maybe I will come up with something. Spirit will give me something later. They're not. They got a pretty good workout this weekend. I will tell you about the cat balls. We had experience this weekend where we had a little girl. We had it on a countertop, and we kind of played with it to show what was going on. And you literally could see it moving back and forth without any of us around.
Oh my gosh.
It going off. It was awesome. I was like, I literally can see it going back and forth. It wasn't the lights or anything like that from where I was sitting, and I couldn't get my camera out fast enough. And I'm hoping our DVR picked it up, because we had like 8 cameras out, so I'm hoping it picked it up. But I was like trying to get my camera out as fast as I could, because we were just kind of sitting there, kind of doing, how you do kind of a null. You just start talking to kind of get things going, and that's kind of where we were at. So
wow, that would have been amazing to see.
Yeah.
Gosh, so I got an interesting question for you, Carina.
Okay.
I got this from the Tennessee Raid Chasers, watching their programs. So what's your take on do you have fun while you're doing the investigations and like kind of tease a little bit, or are you straight-laced during the investigations?
It really depends on the investigation. So if I'm going into a situation where there's potential negativity and there's potential for someone to get attacked or anything like that, I'm pretty straight-laced. Like, I will go in business. But if we were having if the spirits are having a little fun and you can kind of laugh and have a good time with it, that's okay. It just depends on the investigation. It really, I think every investigation is different. But if we're doing anything with demonic or anything like that, we're not going to play we're going to be serious.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I always say people are in life as they were in death as they were in life. So if they weren't very nice in life, they're probably not very nice in death. But if they like to have a good time and stuff like that, that's probably what they will react to the most. I go into battle mode. Yeah, David knows my battle mode. Like if I go into battle mode, it's like, okay, we're not playing. Like, I mean, I've been scratched, choked, punched by things you can't see. And so in those instances, it's not playing, it's life or death. And you're really, you are literally battling at that point.
Wow. Gosh.
Yeah, see, I'm sort of the same way. I started out thinking you had to be the professional.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was getting not really anything. And then I started having fun and more stuff started reacting. But
Mm-hmm.
when I was doing homes, yeah, I was never joking with that. That was always serious mode because you don't want to open the door to something at someone's house and then not realize and go, okay, nothing's here, we're going home. And then you find out, oops.
It just made it worse for them. Yeah, definitely. And that's something that I literally know that I'm here to help people in those situations. So in those situations, it's like, okay, I'm going to tell you, these are the things that we need to do. We're not going to joke around in these situations. We're not going to antagonize. We are not going to, we're not going to like argue with whatever's going on. Because I don't want someone to get hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And that's something you definitely have to do with the team because you won't notice when you start altering and doing stuff that you normally wouldn't do because you're not going to notice it. You need somebody around that knows you enough to go, oh, wait, no, this isn't you. You don't ever talk like this. So we need to get you out.
Yeah, well, and we do that as a team. It's the great thing about our team is we'll go, you okay? Yeah, no, you're not okay. Let's go out. Let's talk about this. Let's pray. We pray before we start. We pray when we end. If we feel like we need to sage, feel like to cleanse, we'll do all those things. But that's the great thing about our team is we know. And there has been instances where one was coming out the door and I was at the other end and then I turned around and said, something's not right. I didn't even have to see them and go, okay, what's wrong? And was able to like nip it in the bud there before we went anywhere else. So,
yeah. So we're actually approaching the hour mark. We are the last show on the network, so we can go long if we want to. It's up to you if you want to.
I'm down with whatever you guys want to do. I'm down. Do y'all have any other questions? Anybody?
Well, I got one controversial question that I've been noticing that's going around on Facebook in the paranormal community right now.
Okay.
Ouija boards.
Oh.
That's how we are.
I don't play with them. I will tell you, I just don't. My team won't play with them because you do not know what door you are opening. You just don't. And different people who come to me, I will say, don't. Right. I don't own one. I won't ever own one. Like, it just isn't something I play with. It's not a board game. It's just not.
And I get a little upset when I hear people go, it's just a tool. I'm like, no, it's really not.
It's like, all in how you use a tool, but
no.
I'm like, K2, that's a tool. Cat ball, that's a fun tool. Ouija board, that's not a tool. That is a door opener.
Yeah. That's exactly how I feel. It can open a portal that you don't even know you're opening. I've seen too many homes where they've used one and it's opened, or they've made their own, and and now they have all this stuff going on and they can't figure out how to make it stop. And it just, I am a big, and my team will tell you, nope, we don't do that.
Yeah. That's exactly the way our team is. It's like, no.
It's not in today way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
No.
So I just thought of an interesting question, just because I'm processing what we're talking about and catching up, is when you go to homeowners' homes and you do investigations and you say to them, okay, you got this going on and this going on, this is what you can do to help, let's remedy it, and then they ignore what you say, when you come back, are you like, hey, I told you, you went and reinvited it in, what's going on? Or are you like, okay, here we go again, round 2?
No, you kind of have to be like, okay, remember, it's kind of like when I talk to my patients about, did you take your medicine like you were supposed to, right? You talk to your homeowners like, did you do these things? Well, okay. So we talked about why you need to do this, right? And we talked to you about why it keeps coming back, because you're doing these things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep doing those things, nothing I do is going to fix it. I am not a magic fix for you. It's your home. And until you decide that you don't want it and you continue to do the things that we say, it's going to keep coming in if you don't do that. Just
Right.
like if you didn't take your insulin as a diabetic, your sugars are going to keep going up.
Right.
Yeah.
So
the one that always got me was when they would say, I did do everything you said, but then I would talk about it with my friends and the stuff started up again. I'm like, because you talked about it, you brought it back. You gotta understand when it's gone. Leave it. Don't mention it. Don't
re-talk to it, because you get this inkling like, maybe, is it there? Is it not there? They want you to talk to it, so you re-invite it back in.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like you have to talk about it or talk to it to invite it back in, or do both?
Sometimes I feel like it depends. Are you actively thinking about it? Like, because I communicate with spirit through thought, so sometimes it's just a thought, and I believe that you could potentially re-invite it, and it just depends on, one, how does the spirit communicate with you? How has it been communicating in the house? Are you acknowledging those things? Or is it attached to something we said, you should probably get rid of that, and you brought it back in the house?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So I'm going to ask, did you just have a Like It Brighter in your place?
It's been doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just noticed it really for the first time, and I was like, did I just see what I thought I saw?
So I will just tell you, that's what Spirit's been doing for the last week. I will have lights flicker. Right before our investigation last week, we were having flickering lights. Almost everyone on our team had something going on and I was like, okay, this is going to be a really good investigation. Or something's going on. Like I told you, they usually just warn me. I will tell you, that's my guide. She's like, I'm here. Hello. She's here.
I just love the fact we caught it on camera.
Oh, she might get more interest. She tends to deal with light a lot. It's just her thing.
Wow.
You know, it's going to be funny as all get out is we're going to watch the replay and there is no bright light and everyone's going to look at us like, what are y'all talking about?
That would be really funny. That would be really funny. But that's always how it happens. You're like, I saw that energy pop. Did we catch it on tape? No, but everyone else saw the energy pop. Like we went to Hill House and there was a huge bright light in Gainesville last year, and 3 of our team members saw a huge bright light come to the middle of the room. Do you know what it did? It knocked our cameras out and we did not catch it.
Oh man.
I kept going, what's wrong with the camera? What's wrong with the camera? And knocked it out.
So, funny story for me with equipment is I got a brand new Ovilus, went to Yorktown. I can only use it if it's plugged into a battery now. It will not hold the charge.
Oh
And
no.
my body cam, I used it, I think Broken Bow was the last time I used it. Now it won't charge.
No.
And I can't have it, it won't even turn on plugged in. I'm
Broken
like,
bow's probably the reason why. Been
yeah.
there, done that. Zaps a lot of energy there too. Lots. I was
So
gonna
have
say,
you,
do you like your body cam? Because I've been thinking about getting one. I don't have the body cam. I was looking at one of those the other day.
I like it because it's running, so like you were saying, nobody had their cameras on to catch that. It could have possibly caught it. But I've
Mm-hmm.
also noticed, like mine, it's set to record in 5 minute intervals, and this only happens in Broken Bow. I have a 23-second recording. I have like a minute and a half or a minute and 19. And when I talked to a couple of officers, there's like the recording's set. It runs. You can't, unless you physically turn it off, it ain't stopping. And so they couldn't explain why the camera didn't record the full time. And
Yeah.
other people had told me, oh, body cams will do that. And I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah. None of we had a voice recorder set, and we listened to it. And then when we went to get it, when we were leaving, it was all deleted. Everything
Oh,
from that night was deleted. Not our other stuff, just that night.
that's
So,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. I have a growing theory of spirit in that moment will love to interact, but when you go to leave, if it don't want you to remember any of it, it will mess with the equipment and
Oh
stuff will
yeah.
disappear.
Oh yeah. That was definitely, if it wanted to show itself, but it didn't want to be recorded, especially at Hill House. Because I will tell you, I was sitting at command watching the camera, and I was like, "Why did this camera just go out?" And they're going, "Oh, you can hear them in the background. They're like super excited. Are you getting this? Are you getting this?" And I'm like, "I can't see anything. The camera is out. Check the camera." And they're
Yeah.
having this huge experience, and I'm like, "I missed it." I was so mad.
So, do you guys always use a command center?
We like to, just because, one, I love to rest at command center because sometimes you just need a break, and so I can still be part of the investigation, but sit there. But you can sometimes see everything that's going on and go, maybe we should go over here because we've got some stuff going on, and especially if we're going to do an event like HHL and stuff, I think that people like to see that, so we usually bring that. But we like it.
Wow.
David, that he loves command center. That's one of his favorite things.
Tech guy, the
My
tech
tech
guy.
guy, yeah, my historian and my tech guy. They like
Yeah,
the command central.
nice.
Who's soon to be not on the single market?
Soon not to be. He is. They are. They fiance. David and Terry are gonna get married. We'll have a triple
So,
S wedding.
so one thing I like to ask some people that are gifted is what advice do you have for people who are, researching to see if they are gifted or those that, have been in it a while and just trying to fine tune or, enhance their gifts?
I have to say, one, find people that you trust to talk openly about your gift, um, and trust yourself. Don't second guess yourself. I think that's the hardest part, especially being someone with a new gift. You're like, I just think this is in my head, but some of these things are coming true that I'm picking up on, or I feel like I need to give this to someone. Trust your gut, but also find someone who you're comfortable with, who may be gifted or not, but usually find someone who is gifted to help give you some tools to use. Like going ghost hunting really helped develop my tool, my gift, because I really thought this is all in my head. I really don't know. But I literally go in not knowing anything about the place. And that helped me go, okay, this is what I'm feeling. And having my historians there helped me. So having someone who knows the history, going to a place and saying, okay, this is what I'm feeling, just write it down. And then you can research it. So then you can say, okay, maybe I'm not crazy and I'm really getting it. I will say, have people you trust, and then write it down and research it later, and then maybe you'll get it.
That's good advice.
I know that's what they did for me. Greg tested me a lot, and then that's kind of what we do with my team now. Is like, okay, some of us will know what's going on in a place, but those who are really working on their gifts that time won't know anything. So this weekend, I knew nothing. Like I knew my team had it. They had the information we needed. And then when we went in, we were able to give this and literally give exact names that was in the history, which is pretty cool.
Very cool. Wow. It's always neat to have guests on, because I'm always taking notes. Because I mean, you learn something every single time. It is as minute as it may seem, at least that's the way I do. I learn something every single time that we
Absolutely.
have.
You take something different from everybody. I feel like that's kind of how you grow your gift too, is, well, this doesn't work for me, but they do it this way, and you find your niche on how it works. And so it's kind of different pearls from different people.
Yep, exactly.
What else you got, Carla?
I think I'm kind of running out of steam. I came off of an investigation last night. And I haven't really slept that long.
Do you have a para hangover? That's what we call it.
A little bit.
A little para hangover. It's like all the energy. Like if you have a really crazy investigation and the next morning you're like, I didn't drink a thing, but I feel like I drank the next day.
Definitely an energy drain, but we didn't have, I guess, a good investigation is all relative. It was amazingly interactive.
Good.
So to me, it was a real positive. Stories are being told,
fun.
and things are going off in the room. We got cameras everywhere, and it's just one of those things where it was almost just like a little party in your room type of.
Yes, those are always fun.
Yeah,
that's the fun part.
Yeah,
we should totally start that hashtag para party.
We could do that.
Hashtag para party. I love it.
And it starts at HHL.
It starts at HHL. Hashtag para party HHL 2022. Oh, David.
2023.
2023. Oh my gosh, I'm a year behind. Oh, yes, we are definitely a family.
Yeah.
We all have different gifts, and we definitely are a family. We love on each other like a family. When one of us is down, we're down. We're right there next to them. We've had some.
The way our little team has got to the point where it's a family.
Yeah,
it's definitely.
If you work really well together and you work this closely as teams do, that's really what it usually turns into. And I know that they have my back and I have theirs. And I think we trust each other to go. We trust each other enough to say, if one of them said, Carina, I don't know what's going on with you today, but this ain't okay. And I would be like, holy crap, let's rethink this. What's going on with me today? So,
Yeah.
I think that we all have a relationship enough together to say, okay, we need to fix this, or we can have a good time together.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I missed them so much. Like we didn't do anything over the holidays, and I was like, when are we getting together? Because I am having withdrawals. So
we do that. We
Yep.
do that as well. We'll get on a chat, and it's just like, I can't stand it. We have to do something. We don't care what it is. Cemetery, anything.
Yes. Yeah, we don't have to do. We don't really have to even go on an investigation. Can we just go hang out? Like, can we just be together?
Yeah. Yeah. So Catherine is who we were talking about on our team, who's like you, that likes to mess with stuff.
Electronics.
Yeah.
Lights.
So like the electronics. Well, the flashlight is my favorite piece of equipment. Just a mag light, just the flashlight. It is my favorite piece of equipment by far.
Well, for Catherine, it's more like the effect of electronics.
Things
stop working. Street lights go out. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah. So every time somebody has something wrong with something that they have that's electronic, we always look at her and say, "What are you doing?"
Can you turn it back on?
Can you tell them to let it go? Please turn it on.
That's right.
Ooh, maybe I should take my body cam to Catherine and see if she can get him to convince him to turn it back on.
Fix it now.
Just sage it real good.
Oh, I've saged it. I've sunned it.
No.
I have done everything, and I even charged it again overnight. And when I went to power it on, nothing. I even changed the card to the old card because I thought maybe it's the new card. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
no.
You know, maybe we should start having sections of the show to where we're like, tribute to equipment that has died and moved on.
It's like, see, our cat balls we'd usually call boo balls, just so y'all know. We call them boo balls.
Yeah.
And but when those no longer work, and you're like, yeah, let's go to heaven. Wherever paranormal equipment that no longer works goes, it's always a sad day. Because it's not cheap.
No. Well, at least cat balls are.
Cat balls are not that bad, but some of the other stuff, some of them,
the
towers and stuff are.
So a funny story about cat balls is my girlfriend's got a cat, and he was playing with the cat ball, smacked it so hard that it actually split in two.
Oh no!
And I was like,
pretty hard to do.
Man, this thing is open. I was like, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. I'm like, now that I got it open, I wonder if you can change the battery in it somehow.
I know. I've never been able to get one of those open.
I know. I'm like, yeah, you have no idea, Catherine. You have no idea with this cat. So the funny story about that is I'm actually a dog person. So it's like, for me to be around a cat, it's like really foreign territory.
That's what my husband says, but I feel like he's the cat whisperer. I have a cat. Her name is Sabrina, and she is very old, and but loves my husband and cuddles. And he's like, this cat, and I'm like, because you really secretly love her, is why she loves you. And then when we were spending time with the team this weekend, he had one of our team members' cats. So he secretly likes cats, but he's like,
yeah, I'm not secretly a cat person.
You're not.
I do not like getting clawed. The last time I saw him, he was like literally trying to bite me. I'm like, I didn't even do anything to you. I'm just sitting here.
It's the energy you're expelling onto that
You,
cat.
that's exactly it. It
It's like,
feels
whack.
that you do not like the cat. That's what
I
it
even
is.
bought him a gift, even though I forgot to give it to him because I
Yes.
forget to take it. But I'm like, I tried him. I ask about him all the time, how he's doing. I try to include him, but
The cat
this
says,
is just
I feel that you do not like me." Yeah, some cats do have attitudes, some do not. And yes, David, he was carrying Lily around. And I was like, I thought you didn't like cats. It's like, he was.
yeah.
He's, he's our team skeptic and team chef. He will tell you about an investigation where they were having scratching underneath. It was a private, and we had, all of us that have gifts were having dreams. Like, none of the men were supposed to go anywhere by themselves. Like, we were getting warnings about this, and all he wanted to do was climb up under there to make sure there wasn't a possum. And he will tell you to this day, it was just a possum. And I was like, it wasn't a possum. But
Yeah.
we like salted and saged and all the things, but I was very proud of him. He had never really been to anything like that, and he went and we were saging. I was like, we need to sage every corner and everything, and I missed a corner, and he goes, you missed that corner. Like, he was making sure, even though he's the biggest skeptic, he was really supportive. So
Yeah.
So it's awesome. And he gets along with David and James. They're like the three amigos, I'm telling you right now. Yeah. And Josh.
So Kat and Tammy, I'm going to tell you right now, the cat does the same thing to me it does to her. So it's not a doesn't like me thing.
Oh. We saw raccoon tracks in the basement this past weekend. Oh, that's right. It was a raccoon in the basement this past weekend.
Oh, wow.
So, funny story about raccoons is in the Nazareth Hospital in Mineral Wells, the raccoons were constantly going in and out of the building. You couldn't stop them. And they got a hold of Halloween candy. So they unwrapped all the candy, left the wrappers on the ground for us to clean up. I was
wow.
God, how are they smart enough to get the paper off of the treat? I mean, like Tootsie Rolls. You would see all of a sudden there'd be a Tootsie Roll wrapper on the ground with a raccoon track nearby. And it's like, really? You're not going to clean up after yourself?
They get into anything and everything they can get their little hands on. And they're smart. Yeah. I mean, my friend Dakota, he's been feeding one on his back porch for... Do y'all follow Dakota on Facebook? He has this raccoon that's been on his back porch, and now it comes every night for dinner. Dakota, I just know him as Dakota. What's his last name? He does in HHL, he always does the big
okay.
Oh, I know who you're
reading.
Yeah. Because I know also I follow Dakota Layden, and so I was like, wait, let's make sure which Dakota we're talking about.
No.
Yeah, so he's been feeding his raccoon. I've been watching the tales of his raccoon.
Yeah. Well, the thing I was going to say, though, is when Destination Fear filmed in the Nazareth, besides the Chelsea doll incident, the very last scene of the episode is the raccoon walking in, checking out their camera guy, and then walks out. And we're like, the raccoon made it on the show.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's the highlight of the show.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, raccoons are a hoot.
They are.
They can be nasty though.
Yes, they can.
They can. Right now they're pretty. I mean, out here in the country, they're everywhere right now.
Mm-hmm. So are skunks.
It's skunk season. So
it is.
It's skunk season. The
Crazy.
lucky thing is,
all the back roads are like lined with black and white fur.
I was noticing that on the way home today. I was like, oh, it's definitely skunk season. But the great thing is, when I got COVID right at Christmas 2 years ago, changed my smell. Skunk does not smell like skunk to me anymore. It smells like a chemical. It's the weirdest thing that has stuck with me. And I couldn't figure out what this smell was for a long time. I would smell it every now and then driving down the road. I was like, is something wrong with the car? Yeah. And then someone goes,
yes, you hit a skunk. That's what.
Someone said it was like that skunk's really, really bad. And I was like, that's a skunk? Oh my gosh, I've been smelling it for like months and didn't know what it was. So it totally changed the way skunks smell for me. It's weird. The weirdest thing.
Wow. Weird.
Well, we're approaching an hour and a half. So where can people find you?
Well, you can go to Saints and Sinners Spiritual Investigation Facebook page and message. I kind of run that, or you can look me up on TikTok. I'm Ghost Hunter RN. I do some TikToks. And then Southern Spirit Sisters, that's where I do a lot of my spiritual mediumship and things like that. So go check that out. And me and my sister kind of go there. That's where you can find us. And you can see me at HHL in April, because I will be there and I'll be speaking.
We'll be your adoptive team.
Yay!
We'll be your cheerleader squad.
You'll be my
We'll even play that. What was that? Omni, or what was that singer that had that song Cheerleader?
Oh my gosh. That would be awesome. I'm excited.
Yep.
Y'all come be my cheerleaders.
We will,
of
for
course.
Sure. We'll meet up at Annie Skinner's Friday night karaoke.
There you go.
There you go. Isn't that where we met the last time?
That's where we met the last time. Tell you what, there's more business transactions done on cocktail napkins than anything.
Always. You just never know. You never know.
So besides the farmhouse and HHL, what else is coming up for the Saints and Sinners, or you?
Saints and Sinners, we've got that coming. We have the farmhouse, HHL. We've got possibly Yorktown. We're hoping on that. We're working on something in Oklahoma. So one of our team members lives up in Oklahoma, so we're working on maybe a museum up there. So more to come. We're still kind of mapping out our year, but we try to kind of get an investigation close to each one of us because we're kind of spread out. We're all over Texas and kind of been to Oklahoma. So bye, Tammy.
So I don't know if you've seen, but in August, Broken Bow Asylum is no longer to be investigated.
What?
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah.
The owner is deciding to go a different route, and so it'll be the last time to investigate will be sometime in July.
Oh, wow.
I know. I almost feel like we should get a team of us together and go up there and have some type of a little ritual thing.
That place is crazy.
And then it slips into my mind it's July, and it's like, nope.
Well, it's hot. You got to find the right places to go during that time. Like I was like, we're not going to Yorktown during July. We're going to go like October, September when it's cooler in Texas because it's too hot. Yeah. So yeah, we were thinking of Oklahoma-ish in that time frame, but somewhere that has air conditioning.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So have you guys ever been to Fort Walters?
I have not been to Fort Walters, but I've heard some great things about Fort Walters.
Man, we need to get you up there. That's our little home.
Yep.
We're all about it. We'd love to.
That's just right up the street from me.
Nice.
I get a nice hour and a half drive.
Oh, Fort Walters. Yeah,
Depends on what time
we've
I
looked at
leave.
it.
Yeah. What's that?
Our a couple of our guys love different forts and stuff, so they would love that. We've done Fort Concho, so it was pretty. We did that
Well,
for David's surprise
actually,
birthday.
there is something I can tell you about it that would probably seal the deal, and your whole team would want to go.
Uh-huh.
So across the street from the PX building are the German POW camp barracks.
Wow. Yeah, that would. I mean, it would just being Fort Walters. It would seal the deal. So we're all about it. We'll have to get
Yeah,
a.
it was.
You'll have to let me. We'll have to get together and see how we can make that happen.
Your tech guy's like,
I'm
we're
in. David's in. David's in. I knew he would be.
Maybe
I
we
knew
can.
the second I mentioned the history, he would be like all over it.
Oh gosh.
Maybe we can discuss further at HHL.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'm down. We can do that for sure.
Bring your calendar.
I will. I will.
Yeah, I started traveling with one for
Yeah,
just
I
such
keep it on
emergencies.
I keep it on my phone now.
Yep.
Between work and the team, it keeps me in check.
Sane.
Plus, my organizational manager Terry keeps us all straight.
Perfect.
She like keeps all of our dates and stuff straight.
So what I'm hearing is we need to talk to Terry.
You need to talk to Terry. Well, you could talk to me, and I'll say, Terry, we're gonna make this happen, right? And she'll be like, yeah. Well, this is how we can do it.
Yeah.
Sounds like
All right. So how should we wrap this up? Because I'm sure everybody who's coming off of that high and would love to get some rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we sure appreciate having you on and spending time and getting to know the inner workings of you.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me. I've enjoyed it so much, and I can't wait to see you guys again in HHL. And this has been a really fun experience.
Yeah.
Yep, it has been.
So don't hate me, Carla, but I did this before. I'm going to do it again. We are thinking about having an episode on our show about HHL. Would you be willing to come on as a guest?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sweet.
It'll be fun.
Yes.
So what we're doing is, just so you understand, is it's not basically what the History, Haunts, and Legends is. It's different techniques or investigation experiments we did and how it worked, didn't work. And so that's kind of the episode idea, but it'll probably turn more into the, hey, guess what happened to us at HHL?
It sounds good. I think we've all tried different things while we're there. So I think that it'll be really good. And it'll be a good way to share our experiences, and maybe someone else going can use those techniques as well. So absolutely, I'm down.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. So we'll be in touch about that. And anytime you got something going on and you want to promote, let us know and we'll happily have you on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I sure will. I appreciate you guys again. I've had a blast.
Me too.
I appreciate you coming on and appreciate you and your team.
Mm-hmm.
They keep me sane. I will tell you.
Somebody's got to.
I know.
Several have tried with me. None succeeded yet.
My husband's tried for 27 years, so.
All right.
Right.
So that's what we have for you tonight on this episode of The Energy That Surrounds Us.
Yep.
Next week, we have the In Between Paranormal. I believe, is it Lauren Moss that's coming on to
Lauren.
represent.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be cool. Looking forward to meeting them for the first time. And from all of us here at the energy that surrounds us, being the big crowd of Carla and I.
Woohoo! That's a team even of itself.
Yeah, trust me, you'll never win an argument.
No, you don't.
Nope. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Stay safe. And if you're going to go investigate this weekend, have fun.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.